Good morning. Good morning, Patriots. It's about 10 o'clock or so a.m. Pacific time. I'm here on what I call Liberty Bridge, exit 7, 405. And I've changed my war word. My secret war word name was hope. And that was between me and God. But now that it's changed to faith, I am to proclaim my faith. Let me give you a few examples of what faith has done for me. I was recently roughed up by a Renton police officer, but there were several conspirators with it. And my ribs were broke and my shoulder was dislocated, both shoulders dislocated, but one of them really hasn't come back, and I've been working with all my heart to bring it back. I changed my name to Faith because of things like this time 25 years ago when I was marching up the road carrying a 4-foot by 6-foot American flag at half-mast. I had several miracles, but one of them was that I did not have my water. My canteen was empty. It had been empty for a whole day, and I was on my next day of it being empty. And I put up my astronaut blanket, which was a reflective blanket that gave me good shade. And I said, God, I know a lot of people go 2 days without water, and they can steam on. I said, but I'm not taking another step. Lord, I'm just calling on you, I'm not going to go until I get water. And bam! And it was a RV going by, and its inside tire blew. I didn't know it was inside at the time. But he pulled off to the side of the road, and I ran up there. It's about a quarter mile. And I said, hey, I'll help you change your tire if you'll give me some water. And he goes, well, it's my inside dually, and I'm going to drive it into town, but we have a jug that we use to charge the refrigerator. I didn't know what that meant, but I figured it was a water. That's what I was after. So I got it, and he told me they were from Kalama. They'd read the article that was written when I went through there, and that they knew who I was. And as I'm going back, I realized that only about a quarter of the jug was water. The rest was ice. And that helped build my faith. I can't begin to tell you the number of times that went on going across, because when you only have God to talk to, pretty soon I even get tired of my own voice, and I started listening. And what he told me was what he told me. I think it's Matthew 6 when he was going through the Beatitudes. In chapter 28, verse 25 on, I think it is. And it might be 25. Where he talks about I was sick and, you comforted me. I had no clothes and you clothed me. I was in jail and you visited me. And the guy goes, Lord, I didn't do any of that stuff. And he said, yeah. So I'm saying all of this because of this. Right now, it looks like there's an impregnable amount of BS on one side or the other of the stick. Personally, I was very skeptical of Trump, and I still voted for him because he promised me at this one debate that if his president should be in jail. And I'm afraid that she died before she had the chance to get in jail. But whatever replaced her will stand the judgment. And what's coming out, what's leaking amongst the anonymous groups and Q and some of them, is some of these horrific pictures that was on Anthony Weiner's laptop that belonged to Huma Abedin. Several officers have been murdered over it. They threatened to prosecute an officer who illegally put a chokehold on a guy if they released that. They had the most crooked son of a gun, one of the real power dealers in the area, as the prosecutor for the Southern District of New York. And he sat on top of all of Epstein's stuff, tried to push things on Trump. The guy was like evil bad, kind of like Norm Mailing here in Seattle. We had a prosecutor here that was totally sold out, and a sheriff to run with him, Reichard, and I'm sure all the others, because they'd been running that game for a long time. And now they have it with Satterberg and whoever the sheriff is. It don't matter, because that's the one that they control. They've really worked to get as many sheriffs of their sheriffs in, but that's a pretty hard group. Most of them, at the end of the day, are very honorable people. I can't pretend to know what it is like to do what they do as a job. I think it should be a part of everybody's responsibility to serve in some way in rallying to take care of incredibly violent people. And this George Floyd guy, he's really turning out to be a prize. And then the ladies that are running the Black Lives Matter on top of it, my God, they're professed Marxist, which is to destroy any form of government, any form of control. Let's just run this by you really quickly. But one of the things that they control, or we control as a people, is our food. And if they come in, they're going to take total control of it. And believe me, they almost had it. The TPIP, which was a severely secret thing, I happen to know that they were going to make it where you could not sue a corporation, and that a corporation could sue you for interrupting with profits. Yeah, prove me wrong. So anyway, I'm getting all worked up. But for me, what does not let me walk away from this, no matter what, until I know in my heart we have done all that we can as a people to make safe our CHILDREN. Without them, we have no future. The second thing I'm working on with all of my heart is sustainability. None of them, not even Trump, talks about creating a sustainable system. Sustainable meaning that if things go to hell, that we still have supplies and we still have a way to deliver it to all of us, as long as we can. And what broke my heart with this whole virus thing is all the people willing to throw other people in the toilet because they're afraid of getting a virus. Look, man, the thing I learned about viruses is, the one time I got a flu shot, I got that damn flu. And the two times that I got the shingles shot, the first time I had mild symptoms, and the second time it was horrendous. So, be that as it may, the one thing that the police officer said was that they did not think I was that old. 70 years old. There's a reason for it. In fact, I blame it on faith. I'll only let something bother me so long until I give it to God. And then God tells me, if I stayed down hunkered for 5 weeks, waiting for any one of the models that they were offering us. These were the scientific, quote-unquote, models. Now we're seeing how little science was actually implied to those models and how interfered with all of that information has been, and how canned the narrative has been, and jammed down the President of the United States by FEMA laws, which were passed or not even passed. God bless you, brother. Your life matters. Stay strong. Okay. I know that very few people will listen to all of this, so I'm sure that I've lost your attention by now. But our children, 400,000 to 800,000, and it's been going on a long time. Now, we've attacked their big supplies and their reinforcements. So now it's to the troops on the ground. They got to go get their own stuff. So keep your eyes open. Be ready to defend each other. Not attack each other. Not use belittling remarks. I'm even hearing my guys now. We've lost our discipline. We're sounding just like them. I understand it. But if you don't refresh your heart daily, you're going to get ate up, because this is a spiritual battle. Make no mistake about it, and you are the prize. One way you're owned, and another way you just restore yourself. You just have angels come and give you word on a constant basis. You just have things happen for you that you can't explain, or you do things intuitively that you can't explain how you knew to do that. Let's all do what we can to talk to our higher power and beg for the most benevolent outcome possible. I hope to be in DC in September for a thing that I'm passing around. I may even put together a GoFundMe page, but I've never had any success with it. But I'd like to go there and have a room and have food and have stuff. Much love, everybody. Don't give up on you. You're my hero. And your life does matter. And you are a son of God, boy or girl. And you are a co-creator. You are not a victim. Unless you've given your powers away, but you can redeem them anytime you call on them. Amen. Bye.